All right, I think I got it. There we go.
There you go. All right, well, we're live. Hey, everybody, what's going on? Happy, it is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday night to everybody out there in the wonderful world of these wonderful interwebs that we get to hang out in. Tonight, I get to hang out with this dude who, I've said, man, every time I talk to the guy, I always say, this guy changed my life. Him and that crazy band called Teeze and then Roughhouse. They truly changed my life, and I know a lot of other people's lives in the Philadelphia area. So let's welcome to the show. I'm going to say it, Dave. You might think I'm crazy, and some other people might think I'm crazy, but I think you're a freaking Philly musical legend. So here he is, Dave Weakley.
Oh, wow. What an introduction, huh?
well, now you have the painting to prove it. You have the king painting.
Oh, yeah. My wife got these paintings, put us all in, royal garb. So they hung that one right in the front of the house. So
that's amazing.
Pretty funny.
I was saying to myself when I saw that, I said, all right, well, he's already got the next album cover for the next solo album.
No, that ain't going to be the next album cover. No way.
Oh, come on.
It's just a terrible picture of me. I look scared to death.
Oh man. So dude, it's pretty crazy. It's I was thinking about this as I was putting the questions together. I mean, the last time we really talked was me and you got together for coffee before I came to Nashville the first time. So it was like over 2.5 years ago.
Yeah. Well, we did talk. I mean, when I just finished up the album, we talked.
Right.
That got shut down quick because of the virus. But yeah, we went out for coffee. Yeah, right before you moved, you told me you were moving.
Yeah. I still remember looking at your face like, what?
There you go. Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's a good town, Nashville. I loved it.
It's, you know what, man, I say this to everybody. I never ever expected to leave the Philadelphia area. I thought I would be there for life, and I was good with that. And then once I came here, like, now it's kind of hard for me to even picture attempting to go back to Philly.
It's nasty here now. It's cold and gray. And,
all the other fun stuff going on.
Yeah.
That's how we need people like you to keep making that music and getting out there and doing some shows to bring some smiles to people's faces.
Yeah, well, I'm down in the studio all the time or at rehearsal, or I don't leave the house much. So when I do get out, it's a big event. So I'm just as excited to be out as everybody else, right?
Well, let's talk about that, because like we were saying, like, it's been like 2.5 years since we've really talked, and we did do I remember we did, I think it was like almost like a 2-hour interview when you first released this album.
Yeah.
To talk about it. We went really in depth about it, and you were like so happy and proud and all the different things going on about it.
Yeah.
But then we go into the pandemic, and that just has been insane and crazy for everybody. But the thing I was wondering too was, like, for you, for this, whenever you put stuff out in the past, whether it was Teeze or Roughhouse or American Sugar Bitch, there was always physical product. There was vinyl, there was CDs, there was tape cassettes, and now you've entered this whole digital world for the most part. Has it been different for you, like, to approach it?
I actually went and got these made. They printed these.
Nice.
Well, which way am I going here? There we go. We're just going to sell these at shows. I'm not going to ship them or anything. We're just selling them wherever we play. We're just going to sell these, and the rest of it's available on anywhere.
Right.
Download or stream it. So so many people ask for them. I'm like, I made some, so I'm gonna just sell them at the shows.
Nice. Yeah, I think you always, no matter what, need to have, even if it's for yourself. Like, I know if I did a recording, I'd want to have some type of physical copy to, just to have, like, hey, I did this.
Yeah, so like something for your kids, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Hang it next to that king painting.
Yeah. So yeah, I got those, and it's it's different world, you know. But one thing that hasn't changed is the people that wrote songs then still write them now for the most part, and
Hmm.
just keep writing songs. However they get out there is however technology takes it.
Right.
Whatever technology however that grows or improves, and then that's how the music gets out there.
Right.
Kids have access to so much stuff now that could you imagine having like Spotify when we were kids?
Oh my God.
We'd save all week to go to the record store, or save our money and go buy an album,
Yeah.
and listen
Yeah.
to it over and over and over.
It was like if you got to go to get one album, you were lucky. But if sometimes maybe you got some you did some extra odd jobs or cut some extra lawns or buy two, it was like, wow, Christmas came early.
Yeah, they were like $6, $5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Double album was like 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Now you're paying $10 a month and you have everything in the world available to you.
yeah. I don't have any of those. I don't think my kids might. I don't know. I probably pay for it. I don't know. I have.
You need to double check your phone. You might have it on your phone and not even realize
Maybe. Maybe.
Oh, that's so
I have
funny.
iTunes. I think that's the only one I know of that I have, but I don't have the subscription. Right? I think my kids
Okay.
have Spotify or something. Who knows what they have? So
It's you know what it's like I was so against it for so long just because of how it screws the artist, and
yeah.
then like my old co-host kept trying. He's like, you got to get it. He's like, you're going to go nuts. And now that I have it, I'm like, oh my God. Like 1 minute I'm listening to Frank Sinatra, the next minute I'm listening to Slayer. Like I'm all over the place, and it's great.
I got a story behind that. You said how it screws the artist. Yeah, they don't make the same money as before, but so I got my first check from my distributor for the album when it came out,
Oh no.
and it was $65. I'm like, $65? What the hell is this? I'm like, what a disappointment. I'm like, I didn't expect to sell 20,000 albums, but people don't buy albums anymore. And I learned that because when I drilled in to see where the money came from, I saw that I made like 0.004 cents per stream, sometimes 0.007, sometimes 3 zeros and it's 4. You don't make
Wow.
anything off of these streams. So suddenly $65 was like, holy cow, it's 0.004 cents. That's a lot of streams. So I was very excited about, and I sold a couple albums in there, but I was so very excited. It's like suddenly $65 was $65. I'm not in it for the money. I mean, it's nice, but as long as all those people listen to it, that was really cool. It was really
Does
cool.
it also tell you like where the streams are coming from, like all over the country or the world, or?
I don't know. It tells you what platform.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. I haven't been in there for a while. It tells you, you can go in there and figure out what people are listening to you, what the main platform is, whether it's iTunes or Teeze or whatever they are. There's a whole bunch of all kinds of different streaming
outlets. Yeah. Such a weird thing. It really is.
Yeah, it's weird, but it's kind of cool, it's kind of cool how it changed. My whole perspective changed on the whole thing. When you see that $65, what did I sell? I don't know what it is, but how many albums could I have sold for $65?
Right.
But when you look at 0.004 cents a stream, $65 was a big deal to me. So I was very happy with the response.
Does it make you even want to like do more? Just like, all right, people are listening, they're checking it out. Why
No,
not? No.
no, I want to do more anyway. So that doesn't have any, I'm glad that people listen to it. I'm really glad at the response, but I do it anyway. So it's, you know, I want to do it more without even, that's not really why I do it.
Right.
I do it all for selfish reasons. I write music and, um, you know, uh, that's just how it is. And I love to do it. It takes me places I would never go, and anybody that writes music can tell you the same thing, and
Right.
that's why I do it. But when you get people listening to it and, people start writing emails and telling you they like it and, you know, or how, oh, this is really interesting to listen to, or, oh, this is a great song. Yeah, of course that gets you excited. That's great to hear that you can actually relate to those people, or
Absolutely.
you actually created something that they can relate to, and you're all on the same page. There's nobody that creates something and walks away, and you have to, as a songwriter, it's my opinion, maybe not
Mhm.
everybody's, but you got to put yourself out there, you got to expose yourself. And I've exposed myself on that last album pretty much. It's all over for me.
What was it kind of freeing now? Because people probably expected, somewhere between a cross between the classic Teeze Roughhouse stuff or American Sugar Bitch, and you gave them something
um,
unique to you.
well, it is if it wasn't released. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the way I wrote all the time. Like even the second Teeze album and in the first Teeze album, I wrote a lot of those songs on an acoustic guitar.
Wow.
And I remember Max Norman telling me, I should write for a country artist, because everything's got that major country feel, and that's just where I was. But, um, I never really, I mean, I've written some heavy riffs, don't get me
Hmm.
wrong, but I always had like a different kind of, I would bring the song to Teeze and they would just take it where it went.
Right.
You got to be able to, if you're writing as a group, or if you're in a band and you're writing songs with the band, you have to be able to say, okay, you know what, I like it the way you're doing it. I don't like it the way you're doing it, and in a band, especially that band, from when writing, it's a democracy.
Hmm.
You take it where it goes, and everybody's trying to get it to the best place.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, how about with the whole pandemic? Did you were you kind of locked away down in that studio of yours that you're sitting in and just continue writing like crazy, or?
I have another album just about finished.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just about finished. But I have different players on this one, so I didn't do this one. It takes too long for me to do it all by myself. The first one I did all by myself.
Right.
I think Matt is singing a backup on there on one of the songs, and Matt is integral in my songwriting. I'll send him stuff and he'll be like, So, I bounced a lot of stuff off of him for that album. And my daughter, she sings on the song Amazing as well. Matt and her both sang on that. And she plays a clarinet. But other than that, I did everything else. And it took me a long time. Um, this time, I shopped a lot of things out. I sent somebody to song and have them play the solo for me.
Okay.
I have Steve Harkins. He played a solo for me on one of the songs, and he played the piano on one of the songs for me, which is real helpful because, I use the piano as a tool. It's a tool for me. I'd rather have him play it, So, and I have a couple friends that have done some leads for me. A guest drummer, Ray Tompkins, played a song for me.
Okay.
James, our current drummer, did a couple songs on the new album. Matt played some solo on that, some rhythm guitar. So, And there's a couple more songs to go. The last two songs I have written, I'm probably just going to throw at the band and see what happens, see where they take it, and try to get that perspective.
Now, speaking of the band, so which a couple of the guys are waiting, we're going to bring them on in a few minutes. When we talked, 2.5 years ago, and even before we went live tonight, you brought this up again. How like when you put this album out, you really didn't think or anticipate to actually turn this into a band and play live.
Yeah, so I put it out there without much hoopla, no real marketing or anything like that. I just put it out there and put it on Facebook. Hey, I got an album out. And I got a guy who works for us occasionally. He actually played bass for Survivor for a little while too. And he plays in a band called Sapphire. He just got a couple songs, 3 songs in a major release movie. So he's a good guy. And I've known him a while, but he was working for us. He worked at Kick Show. We played with Kicks. That's where I met him. And then he did a show with us in Allentown, and he's a guitar tech too.
Okay.
Not too proud, right? He does it all. And he said to me there, he said, if you ever want to take this live, he goes, let me know. I was like, nah, no, I'm not interested, Then I got a call from our drummer, James, from the beach. He's like, I'm just listening to this, if you ever want to take it live, let me know. And the wheels started turning, it's 2 people, and then everybody's asking me, oh, you got to do this live. You got to do this live, so that's how it happened.
But even before those calls, like when you write music, don't you want to be able to do it live?
Yeah, that wasn't really my focus for this. I don't picture myself as a front man. Even with ASB, I played guitar the whole time. This it's off and on. The guitar's off and on, and but I never really picture myself as that. But I yeah, of course I would like to perform them or have somebody else do them. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
everybody's welcome to do my songs. I have this band called The Program that brought me. The singer brought me a song, and I finished that up with him. Matt played lead guitar on that. James played the drums on that, and I did all the rhythms, the bass, and arranged the song. And it was pretty cool to go out and see the band, and they're playing a song that I recorded for them.
Wow.
I never even heard them play it live. And then I got there, I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. So, well, if somebody takes my songs, they can take my songs and use them. I'm good with that. But it wasn't my main focus when I'm writing a song. It's not the first thing I'm thinking about. So it's weird. I love to perform. I love it. But it's not really my main focus when I'm writing a song. That's all the way at the end of the tunnel, performing it.
Now, how about going into this show this weekend that you're doing? Like, you personally, are you approaching it from a completely different standpoint? Whether it would be a Teeze show or ASB show, is it you looking at it different at all, or?
Well, it's completely different for me. These guys that I have, they're incredible. And I remember the first rehearsal, I pulled up in my car and I get out of my car and I hear them going over one of the songs, from outside. And all the hair on my arm stands up, because like I wrote every single part of that song and these guys nailed it, And now, it's like I'm telling them, take the liberty. Take liberty with these songs, but it's a little different because it's like that, it was because it was just a solo project,
Right.
Even people even writers I got to say his name, David Bowie, he would walk in with a few chords and people would start jamming and then he would just come up with a melody and he'd have a musical director do the rest. You know what I mean? So it was kind of like stamping it, you know. I mean, he did most of the work, but this is a little different. Um, it's just a little different. It feels different. It's it's wonderful to have this group of people I play with that are behind it. You know,
That's cool.
that's the coolest feeling right there. Is the guys I'm playing with.
Now, the one thing I was wondering too, and you mentioned already how your daughter sings on one of the songs. Will she get up on stage with you and do?
No, no. She sang backup on one of the songs, and you know, she was there when I was mixing the vocals. You know, telling me she was too loud in the mix, and she did good. She was right in key. She did well. You know, and there's another song. It's a song we're doing tomorrow night, or I'm sorry, Saturday night. It's called "Blown Away." That she played the clarinet in, and well, we can talk about that song later. But that's one of my favorite songs on the album. So
cool. All right, well, let's you know what? Real quick, one more question before we bring the guys on. You have started doing some shows with Roughhouse and Teeze. You guys played a couple of shows over the last few months.
right.
What's it been like to get back up on stage finally after this long hiatus?
Well, we played in September in Ocean City, Maryland, and that was good. We played there during Bike Week. That was fun. Then we played the Sellersville VFW.
Right.
We did that 2 years ago, and it looks like the guy's trying to make it an annual thing now, right?
Okay.
So that was a good turnout. You know, I think we always hit the limit there with people. Everybody shows up, and yeah, I mean, playing with Teeze is a different. You know, it's all music. You know, but it's a different thing for me. You know,
Yeah.
it's a first of all, I love to play bass. You know, it's my favorite thing to play. You know, and I get to do that with them, which is you know, I it's a privilege to play. You know, and have those great Michael Natalini as my partner. You know, my rhythm section there, and you know, we've been playing together a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, playing with those guys is great. Getting up there again, you know, is very exciting. You know, the curtain's closed and you hear the intro going, and you know, it's exciting. So.
Your buddy just called me a little while ago. Earlier, actually, I was talking. He actually, since I've been here in Nashville, he calls me all the time. We talk all the time, and that's Rex.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
He actually has been like a real friendship formed since I moved here. Like he really helped me out a lot in the early stages as I was going through stuff, and he was there as a friend. He was a good dude, really good dude.
Yeah. So, there is some talk of I can say it. Nobody's going to sue me. There is some talk of Roughhouse doing some recording. So
I'm just going to say, do it. I've already told Rex, do it. What are you waiting for?
He told you that? Did he tell you that?
Yeah. Of course.
So there's a little chit chat about that. We found a great studio, and the guy there is a really nice guy, and we're thinking of maybe re-recording some songs, you know, and you know, we didn't get to the writing part yet. That's a whole nother story, whole nother chapter, right? So we'll see how it goes a little bit at a time, you know.
It's time to write that chapter too. Just keep writing all these chapters.
It's fun.
Absolutely. So, all right. So let's talk, but we're focused on the fun of this weekend coming up. The Vinyl Closet Records in Norristown. The Weakley band makes their live debut, and we got two of the guys here. We're going to add. Let's see how we do this now. We got Nick, and we got Steve.
Steve.
There we go. It separates itself for me. I didn't have to do nothing. What's up, guys? Welcome to the show.
Great to
Hey,
meet.
how you doing?
So, all right. So, Nick, what do you do? Drums?
I'm bass. I'm just sitting in
Bass?
front of a drum set.
Okay. Okay. And Steve, what do you do?
Mostly rhythm guitar and keyboards, and a lot of backups.
Nice.
A lot of vocals.
There's a lot of vocals going on in this.
Now, how did you guys all end up getting together with Dave? Steve? Was you one of the guys that he said approached him?
No, actually, I was called by a mutual friend of ours. Not this past Eagles playoff game, but the one before in 2020. And he said Dave's looking for a keyboard player, and he handed the phone off to Dave, and we talked, and here we are. That was pretty much it.
Yeah, pretty much. I'd say he goes. I know his name's Timmy Arbogast. He said, I know a keyboard player, and I said, oh, great. Give me his number. I'll give him a call. And next thing you know, he hands me the phone. He goes, I got him on the phone. I'm like, oh, what are you doing?
Dave and I had actually met at a New Year's Eve party a long time ago, but we didn't really hook up, and now we did. So it's turning out great. It really is.
That's awesome. Now, how about you, Nick? How'd you and Dave hook up?
I guess about 2 years ago, he put a post on Facebook, any bass players near the Telford, PA area. And I didn't even think twice about it. I said, just kind of raise my hand. And then he got back in touch with me. He sent me this album, and I was just like, wow, I thought I would never play originals again. So I'm leaving all the covers behind, and I'm in 100%. And I also thought, playing bass for a bass player is going to be a nightmare.
That's what I was going to ask that. Aren't you good? Are you saying like, oh man, I'm playing for freaking Dave Weakley. He's going to tear me apart.
Absolutely not. He's been great.
I cut him a lot of slack.
Yeah.
No, he's good, man. I got nothing on him.
Oh, that's
good,
awesome.
Good player.
The past 5 months have just been a lot of fun hanging, getting to know these guys.
So it sounds like, I mean, you started putting all these pieces together to get this band together before this show was even booked. So it's not like, oh, you had the opportunity for the show and then put the band together.
Right. We had a show booked in 2020.
Oh, okay.
At the Sellersville VFW. It was a big deal. We had 2 opening bands, and they started selling tickets, and then we had to cancel it. So, and then we had another show booked. We had 2 shows booked. We had one, I forget where the other one even was. One was in May, and one was in, I don't remember. We had 2 booked, and then we had to cancel them. And then we actually had another guitar player who plays with the Defiance. He travels a lot. He just didn't have the time to put into it anymore.
Okay.
And a different bass player at the time, and who played with ASB, Chris Fountain, great guy. He just lives, almost 2 hours away or whatever.
Oh,
so,
wow.
yeah. So that's why it's more productive when we can get together more, and being closer does that. We're not flying to a location and hanging out there for 3 weeks working on the set. We're
Right.
meeting up every week. So yeah.
Nice. Now, how about you had released, I guess, a few months back, a split EP with your old ASB member Tommy Crash.
Yeah.
Now, was that just you again, or was that like leftover tracks, or was that with the guys in the band now?
No, that was just me. Those tracks are going to be on the next album.
Okay.
So the next album is, like I said, it's just about finished, but I have a few songs that I just want to bring to the band and try to start working like that. There's just too much talent to do it all myself. So I like getting input from other people, but the first album I did myself, it was like, okay, you know what, I did it myself. But there's songs I had written. I didn't put them on the first album, and I liked them. I didn't put them on, and then Tommy came to me, and he he said, "Hey, let's do an EP together." I was like, "All right, whatever. What do I got to lose, right?" So we got together, and he has 2 songs on there, and I have 2 songs on there, and we put it out the same way, you know. So those songs are considered part of the second album, you know.
Nice.
And we're doing on Saturday, we're doing a few songs from the next album.
Okay.
So Matt had a big part in mixing those, and you know, he had a big part in those. So
I was actually wondering, like for Saturday night, are you going to play like the whole album or so many tracks off it, or?
yeah, I mean, we're playing a lot off of it. It's maybe like, I don't know. Steve knows more than me. He's the guy we go to for everything. So I think there's like 1 song off of the album that we're not doing.
Yeah, only Little Reds, I think, is the only
Yeah.
one. Little Red.
Yeah, so there's only 1 song off of the album that we're not going to do. And then we're doing something from the second, and Matt's singing a song. You know, Matt, we've done the song in ASB for a long time, and he just nails it. He loves it. So he's singing that, and then we're doing another. We're doing 2 cover songs.
Okay.
So yeah.
Nice. It's you know, I'm really like that's the one big thing that bums me out about being in Nashville. Like I'm missing a show like this.
Yeah, well, who knows, man? Who knows?
But you
right?
talked about streaming it, Dave.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
That may happen.
yeah, it may happen.
50-50.
So Tommy Crash says, "Oh, you know, he's telling Matt, you know, that we got to stream it, you know." And I'm thinking to myself, well, this is our very first show. I don't know. I don't know if I can stream that. You know?
You got to come for people like me. I'm begging you.
So maybe we stream a song or 2. You know, we're not going to. I'm sure we're not going to be streaming the whole entire set. You know, but maybe.
Well, I know Nick said he was going to videotape it, and I was going to bring my camera too. So there might be select songs on the website or YouTube or somewhere. You know, Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even have a band picture yet. We're going to do that on Saturday.
We got one.
We're going to do that Saturday.
Oh wait, another person just arrived to the party. Fashionably late, the one and only Mr. Matt Nardo.
Hey,
hey! I just rolled out of bed. I could have shaved for the occasion.
You look like that all the time.
Nice to see you, good-looking people. Yeah, you're right, Steve. I do.
So how you been, Matt?
I've been great. Good to see you.
You too,
to see
man.
you fine-looking lads there. Look at this. I like it. Wearing your Sunday best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's all geared up and ready for Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Now how about? I mean, we've talked already, and a lot of people know you. I mean, you've been along Dave's side for a lot of years through ASB and now through this.
Well, I've been by his side too, so it's kind of.
This poor guy. Sometimes he has to talk me off the ledge.
And vice versa.
Yeah. I guess you're right. Whatever. Yeah, he's one of my favorite people for sure.
What's it like for you, Matt, to actually see these songs come to life now?
I think it's awesome. You know, I mean, I'm not really the real firepower in here. I just am along for the ride. These guys can tell you, I don't even know my vocals half the time. But it's fun, and I think we're a great unit. And Dave, sometimes, you'd think that. Sometimes I tell him this. I'm like, he's this big rock star, and everything. But I say, you need to be more authoritarian. It's Dave Lee and Weakley's band. I bleep that out. You like that? You don't have to worry about that.
Don't bleep it. Let it roll. We're all adults here, I think.
It's good. We need direction sometimes. So I think it's a growing experience for like everybody here. There were some times where I didn't think we'd be able to pull off, certain tunes. I was listening to, there's a song called Long-Haired Hippie Friend, and there's some orchestration in that. But I think with Steve and, kind of like Nick with the bass taking the horn parts and stuff, on the bass, like he kind of figures that out. And and does it. It's really been cool to see it come to fruition.
Yeah, some of the songs we start, it's like, we're never going to do this. And then, after like 2 weeks, it sounds like, holy cow, man, it worked out. So
Yeah. Or I say like, what key? Hey, Steve. I always go to Steve. He's kind of like I started out trying to be the musical director, and then Steve came in and it was like, forget about it. I'm done. All right, this guy knows sharps and flats. I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? But no, he'll keep us when we get distracted, which we often do sometimes.
Nah, never
He
happened.
keeps us in. No, and I think he has fun doing it too, because it's just a good group of guys. And Nick is just Nick. He's over there just constant solid. And James keeps the beat. We all yell at him. He gets our abuse from time to time, but he takes it like a man.
He takes the brunt of it.
Yeah.
The drummer usually does in the beginning.
Yeah.
When you're putting a band together, and they just have to get sort of like the feel for how we all do it. And a lot of drummers tend to, not that James is this way, but sometimes there's a little overplaying, because drummers are like, they want to impress, because there's a lot of great drummers out there.
But you know what?
Sometimes you got to play to the song, and I think that's
yes.
He's doing a great job.
I think that he is a solid guy. He's one of the few drummers that I've worked with that can take direction and not get butthurt about it. Again, play for the song, and that's what this is about. I mean, we got to have it down. It's a very creative. The songs are very different from one to the next. In terms of what the gut is and what we're going for. But there's room for some space. There's room for some cool parts, and I think we've been trying to feel that out. And I think people are going to be excited when they hear it all together.
That's awesome. We got a question from Jenny and Dave. I guess this would be for you, since you are the writer of these songs. "Kissed by a Ghost." I heard that was written about a serial killer. Is that true?
Well, how did they hear that?
I don't know.
It's about unconditional love, right? So, I read a couple stories about, I read a couple stories about people that, the families that like Jeffrey Dahmer's parents and, the BTK,
Okay.
Dennis Rader, his daughter, how they have to go through life, with this, parent or a family member who's crazy, a crazy, maniac. And, Jeffrey Dahmer's father stood by him. And I put myself in that position, like, what would happen if something like that happened to me? You can't ever leave your kids.
Right.
You can't ever leave your parents. And, I know people who've experienced their family just breaking off from them and not contacting them anymore. And, it's heartbreaking every day. It's every day. It's a horrible feeling. So, and those people didn't even do anything really that bad. They weren't serial killers,
Right.
When you listen to Dennis Rader's daughter, or their interview with Jeffrey Dahmer's father, these people. That's what there's no other stronger display of unconditional love when the person that you can't stop loving is a serial killer. Come on,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it impacted me so much that that's how it came about. So yeah, that's what that's about. It's about unconditional love, though not specifically about a serial killer, but that's where I got the idea.
Wow.
I think when this is all said and done, we should talk about killer cereal. I like Count Chocula.
Honey Nut Cheerios.
No, that's good, man. I never knew what that was. I never knew what it was about. I always liked just the beginning chords to it,
Yeah. But that's, I read those stories, and I thought to myself, I put myself in that position, and that's what I got.
Cool.
That's cool. That's deep. That's a deep subject there.
Hey, do you like David Bowie?
No, I don't. Overrated. Yes, clearly, clearly my major influence is David Bowie. And Peter Gabriel. Genesis, whole Genesis. I love that stuff.
Nice. Now, how about So this weekend it's at the Vinyl Closet, and this is actually it's a record store. I think I was actually there one time, and I'm trying to think so how do they set it up? Like, do they have like a separate area for stage and all, or?
No, you play right in the store. Like you set
Really?
up right on the counter where the cash register. No, I'm just kidding. They have a stage, and they're real nice people, Jason and Angie there, and they were just hooked it up. But I thought it would be a great place for us to go and play very first time.
Right.
Our plan isn't to play every small place in the planet, every small bar. That's not the plan.
We did that with ASB.
Yeah, we already did that. We played every single place. Every single place we played. But the plan for this is to play places that we could get more exposure, and we're I don't want to be like fifth in line somewhere. You know what I mean? Put all my equipment on the side of the stage anymore.
Sure.
The cattle call.
Yeah, cattle. Next up, and then you're
like, let me get where's my pedal board? Get that over there. You're throwing it to the roadie. You knock some chick over there on the bar in the head because the boss pedal hit him.
We want to make it more strategic. Maybe play some shows that are, just to get our feet wet. Maybe 5 shows or whatever, and then focus on trying to get in as a support act with some larger shows.
Nice.
So we've got a couple things, irons on the fire. So
interesting.
That's the aim. Yeah, we already played everywhere. So.
Remember that place in Delaware where everybody smoked? It was like grandfather claused in, and we played there, and the guy didn't want to pay us, and we changed out in the back. It was like, oh yeah, here's a little mini trailer.
Oh yeah,
serial killer. That was like serial killer stuff.
That was a scary place.
Yeah. Tumbleweeds. We walk in there, it's like. Hello, Cleveland. We made it.
No colors, no firearms.
Oh boy,
no knives.
Yeah.
Now, did I see? This is also a fundraiser to show.
Yeah, they donate. a portion of the money. So I forget what it's for. But I played 1 million. ASB played a gazillion benefits. So, we've raised enough money to probably buy a couple houses.
I never saw any of that, Joe. What happened?
Years. But yeah, we're a portion of this goes to I forget what the fund is, but it's on the invite. It says everything about it. So
nice.
Yeah.
So Saturday night's the big night, the big debut. It's finally here. I don't think Dave was going to realize it actually is here and actually happened until you guys are done playing.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited about it. Should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. We worked hard and got it together. So
I'm really excited. I know I'm actually going to spend a full consolidated 45 minutes learning the material for it. Yeah. I'm ready. I'm going to be ready, Dave. I promise. Readier than I was last week.
Yeah. You're ready now.
So where should we send everybody to get the tickets for this, or will tickets be available at the door? Or?
Yeah, you can get them at the door too. Yeah. So I don't know how many sold or how many it holds. So I don't know how many tickets they put up for sale, but if you want to go, I would buy the tickets.
We sold out, didn't we?
Did it?
Did we sell out? I thought we sold out.
No, I don't think so.
Somebody told me we sold out.
Really?
Hold on. I'm going to call that mother. Hold on.
Well, we probably sold
we
out.
sell-
But
we sell out. What?
But if you want to go, I would buy it. You can go on Facebook on my page or whatever, or Vinyl Closet Records, and you can buy the tickets right there.
Yeah, I think people should definitely get them in advance because I would think it's very limited, special occasion.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of people going, so I'm getting a lot of messages. So
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it's good. It's good.
Now, how about the band itself? Do you have a band page or?
Yeah, we have a band page, and then there's a couple different pages. There's a page to buy the music. There's a band page, which is in Facebook. So either one of those, right? The one is Weakley .hearenow.com.
Okay.
And then the other one's on Facebook. You just look up Weakley and you'll see my big face there on the banner.
Any? Eric just asked, is there any COVID restrictions? Do you know of?
No, I don't know. I don't know of any.
If you haven't, stay home.
Yeah, if you have it, stay home. There
That's
you
the
go.
restriction.
Yeah.
That's the best restriction to have.
No, that's a good
Yeah.
question. Yeah.
And stay out
They
of
don't say
face.
anything on their page about anything COVID.
There you go.
Their Facebook page, nothing.
If you have it, stay home and stay out of my face.
And I'm
not wearing a mask. I think I'd look better.
Yeah, we're all wearing like full face helmets.
Like Raven.
I'm guessing they have limited parking because Charles will be selling tickets in the parking lot for
Okay.
spots.
Is he a scalper?
Well, there's
I know
a
that guy.
big parking lot in the back too. There's a lot of
Oh, okay.
room to park in the back. I've been there a couple times. ASB actually played there when it was in the smaller. They had a smaller store. We went there and we just played some acoustic stuff one time for fun.
Oh wow. Okay.
Just for fun, and it wasn't anything like it is now. I mean, it was a small record store. Now it's a little bit bigger. They got a stage and they got a nice setup. They have bands playing there. They have this after dark program, so they have bands playing there pretty frequently.
That's cool. That's a brilliant idea. I mean, more and more places are doing it. So.
Yeah. They sell the CD there too. So, and then I'll have, more will be selling there. So.
And you also have, which I wanted to ask. I saw you were saying it on Facebook. Download cards. What actually is the download card?
Yeah, so that's just a card. You go in and it's free. I mean, when you go in, I don't generally sell them. I think we're selling them at this show. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Dave.
Is that it? Oh yeah, that's a download card right there.
Okay.
And it just has a code on it where you go in and type in the code and you can download the album.
Oh,
You have
cool.
to eat at Perkins for free too. Oh no, that's
It's like $5 off.
sorry.
Free pancakes.
Flapjack.
Yeah, so Perkins helped me out, and we made a deal together. We struck a deal.
Nice.
Nice. Good deal.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's good.
Well, guys, thanks for doing this, man. Have a blast Saturday. Seriously, I'm bummed I'm not going to be there.
Yeah. So we're at Vinyl Closet Records in Norristown, Pennsylvania. On Saturday.
And what times? And is there an opener? I think there is an opener.
Yes. Sister Ray is
Okay.
open. So the doors open at 6:00. It's an early show. So,
Okay.
and that's because we're old. Got to be in bed by 10.
Hey, it's a beautiful thing. More people will come out. The earlier it is, I would think.
Right. So real quick, I wanted to mention that, and everybody's giving me a hard time about it, but I got to mention it. Everybody I play with has a project or two going on, right? So I think, while we had the platform, if you guys want to go around real quick and, I mean, you know, fully open to, your audience should know what these guys do. They don't
Yeah.
just play with me, at this vinyl closet. So they're busy cats.
So in other words, come out of the closet and promote everything you're doing.
Right. So
I like it. Look at that.
nice lead in.
That was good. That was good.
Like that?
I like it.
Everybody has other projects, including me. So I have the Teeze thing, right? So Matt, he's been working with Tommy Crash on Leviathan, with Ripper Owens from Judas Priest.
Matt went. There he is.
Yeah, I didn't want to have everybody see my PJs. I have like these flannel PJs, total non-rock star. So yeah, I am a member of Deco Records. Okay, Deco Entertainment. You like that? All right, get that out of here. Anyway, so we have a CD out called Sound of Galaxies. Tim Ripper Owens. I did a little bit of stuff on there. Tommy Crash, otherwise AKA TK, is on that. James did some drums. He plays in Dave's band as well. Also found myself in the Defiance. I got hornswoggled and hooked into that, so I'm playing with them too. It's a great band, great bunch of guys.
James is in the Defiance too.
James in the Defiance, absolutely, and we've become pretty tight buds. And I'm just happy to be part of this. All right, I'm done. Thanks.
Steve, you're next. Let's work our way around.
Oh, geez.
He didn't
I don't
want
think your show's going to be long enough for all my other projects.
Oh boy.
But no, I would say I just came out with a couple songs myself. I have a Reverb Nation page.
Okay.
So it's just Reverb Nation / Steve Harkins. I have an acoustic band. I play a lot up in the Lehigh Valley area. I'm kind of the northerner of the band. Everyone else is kind of Bucks County and further down. So that acoustic band's called K10 Those Guys. I have a cover band called Pop Rocks, ROXX. A couple other things I can't think of up the top of my head. So
there's not an instrument this guy can't play.
He plays everything.
Drums? When are you playing drums? Like next weekend? No, you just played, didn't you?
In February, I'm sitting in with some friends of mine that I used to be in the band with. I actually play drums for a band called Droppin' Trow.
Oh my God.
We play occasionally. It's a crazy name, but kind of fits us.
Proud.
That's a great name.
Yeah. Dropping Trow, man.
So that's pretty much it for me. A lot going on.
Wow.
Awesome.
And how about you, Nick?
Well, I'd like to make Matt an offer on that guitar behind him.
Since we're friends, $5,000.
All right, I got that. All right. Now, Dave,
74, man. Come
on. As you can see in the Barquarium here, we have a couple people come over and jam a couple times a week, but this is my project and this is my band.
Yes. Oh.
And you have a special a guest next to you.
My lawyer.
That's Dave.
Dave.
He helps. Dave helps us out tremendously.
Yeah, he's like another member. He's
a member, all right.
Calling me a member?
Nick, we'll talk. All right, we'll talk offline.
Okay.
That's awesome. Well, guys, thanks all for doing this, man. This was great catching up with y'all. You got to stream it. Stream it for at least for me. What the hell?
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Maybe at least the first couple songs. Maybe someone could do it for us.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll all be kissed by a ghost.
Yeah. They'll talk me into it. But yeah, doors open at 6:00. It's early.
Dave, is that a dog I hear behind you?
No, that would be here.
Woodgies.
Oh,
that's not me.
They're quiet.
We were recording one quick story before we leave. We were recording some drums like about a month ago or so. And our drummer, he was doing good. We got a good take. We were down there. We got rhythm. We got rhyme. We got everything else. And all of a sudden we're like, yeah, there's one part in there. I think you could do it better. Dave pulled like a Mutt Lang on him, right? So, okay, goes back, starts doing it again. We cue up the tracks and everything, right? And it's like, he's motoring along, James, right? He's motoring along. Other side, we can't really see him. I'm sitting there with Dave. All of a sudden, this little fucking dog that Dave has.
The Chihuahua.
And we were like this. We both were just like, we couldn't help contain ourselves.
Did we leave it? Did we leave it in?
Yeah, leave it in.
Yeah.
You sent that version to TK too.
Okay, yeah, he's got the Chihuahua version. You're listening, okay? There's a Chihuahua on there.
It was like
that dog, Mr. Nasty. He's got an eye like this.
I should be the mascot. Oh my god, that's great.
That's awesome.
Anyway,
that's awesome.
We gotta, you know that.
That's going to be on the extended version, the
That's
Chihuahua
right.
version.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll hear like.
Or some EQ that yiping.
Yeah, set it up in the mids. Pump the mids. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Put some compression on there.
Oh man, that's hysterical.
Nick is actually right now. He's where we rehearse. So he's got a nightclub in his home.
Nick is like our secret weapon too.
Yeah, like what does that say? I mean, is that like a whole stage and everything you got going on over there?
Yep.
Yeah. That's how
he's got a better light show than most clubs.
And
I'm not kidding.
When I
He's got
first met
smoke
Dave,
going, moving heads.
Yeah, I mean,
when I first met Dave, I said, "You guys can rehearse here," and he said, "We don't rehearse at people's houses.
No, generally."
And I was like, you might want to come see this place."
Yeah.
They did that for me because I had like a science experiment in the refrigerator. One time he came over to my place and like there was a beer with green mold on it and chicken fingers that were like 15 years old. So he said, "Nah, never again. We're never playing at anybody's house. We always go to a practice. I'm not dealing with this anymore."
Well, we find it. I don't know, Matt and I mean, just in general, you know, it's more of an open environment, like in a studio or, you know, like that. So, but man, he's got a great place. We couldn't.
Oh man, absolutely.
Not practice there. I mean, he's got a full PA. He's got lights. He's
There's a cafeteria, vending machines.
Yeah, vending machines.
Yeah, we're working on. Yeah.
Gym.
So,
you can work out.
So it's actually a downgrade then to play at the Vinyl Closet.
No,
we don't go that far. No, absolutely not.
We don't let people in here. That's the difference.
There's no fans at Nick's.
Yeah,
no fans there. Nobody. You know, Dave watches us the whole time.
Just me.
Yeah, poor Dave. Sometimes I see him, you know, listening to us play, and he's like,
"There he is."
Me. I fill in.
Yeah, there he is. That's an interesting.
I'm your stunt double.
He takes care of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So. You're a stunt. I'm sorry. You're a stunt double.
I'm a stunt double. Yes, I couldn't fill in for you though, unfortunately, but I'm not that good on guitar.
Oh, please. Anyway, thank you so much. You know,
all right, I'll try it next time. Don't show up.
Also, before we go, I wanted to mention everything that we're doing tomorrow. We're actually playing the music and singing the songs. So
no recordings.
We don't use any tracks, and we don't tune our vocals, you know, artificially. So if they're out of anything could happen at any time.
You get what you get.
Yeah. So
it's all
real. It's like, you know, back in the 70s.
How about
Works
that?
And all, man.
Yeah. No tracks, except for the intro is a little bit of a track, but we're really playing. People aren't going to believe we're really playing.
No, it's true. I mean, you know, you go to a lot of places. I think a lot of shows they have the backup vocals pumping in.
A lot of bands just have track. They just throw in extra guitars. You know, they're playing the tracks. So, I mean, we haven't ruled that out.
Band meeting.
Yeah. We don't do it.
There is one thing though I want to make sure that we have in, all right, for the show going forward. Maybe not for this one, but ready?
We can record that and use it as an intro.
We will. Absolutely.
There you go. As the smoke comes, so
Yeah,
does
then
the dog.
That part live. I don't know.
Yeah, he'd get too scared. He's scared of his own shadow. He's always shaking.
Well, as the smoke comes, here it comes.
Oh,
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, yeah, he's got a smoke machine
oh my
there.
gosh. Look at that.
Look at this. Come on. He's got it all over there. That's a
No
first. It's the
problem.
first time I've had smoke on the show now.
Okay, let me.
He's got a full kit, full drum kit.
Smoke on the Nixter.
Oh, it's amazing.
Or here it comes.
Uh-oh.
Look at this.
Yeah, he doesn't do that while we're playing. I get on my nerves.
You could have like a rave there.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. It's a good spot.
Yeah, every rehearsal is an experience.
Yes,
And
I
he's got
remember
a double
freaking
of that
out
in
into,
the
like,
back of the
Hendrix
room,
or
too.
something, you know, when I'm like he puts that stuff on, I'm like, you know, I'm playing Kiss by a Ghost, all of a sudden it's like bam, 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 down, 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 boxing. You know?
He's actually in Vegas right now.
Right? Holy cow.
Yeah, it's a cool spot.
It's a good place.
That's awesome. That is awesome. All right, guys. Well, you know what? Have a great time Saturday night, and thanks again for doing this. It was great catching up with y'all. And
Well, thanks for
somebody,
having us.
please stream it. Somebody for me.
Okay. Thanks for having us.
You're welcome, man.
All right,
Thanks
thanks.
again, guys.
Thanks,
again.
Bay.
Bye-bye.
Great to see
Take
everybody.
care, guys. You
Bye,
too.
all.